Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to come in here and share with you guys a couple of my drugstore favorites. These are some products that I would say are like the best of the drugstore in my opinion. So I wanted to share these with you guys because I know that sometimes purchasing drugstore items is great, but the problem is you can't really try them. So I wanted to give you my recommendations on the products that I say if you try them, I think you're going to love them. I think you're not going to have any problems with them. So let's start with e.l.f. because I have a lot of e.l.f. products to share with you guys. e.l.f. is a really good brand all in itself. So this is the e.l.f. contour palette. I've heard this is similar to the Smashbox one. I don't have the Smashbox one to say for sure whether or not it's comparable, but I feel like this is a great palette. I feel like if you're looking for a bronzer palette, I feel like this is a really good one. There's different shades in here for you to choose from to bronze your face up with. Then they also have a highlight section in here, which the highlights are more, I would say, like an hourglass type of highlight where they're going to be more of a, like a setting powder, I would say, more than anything else. It's not really a highlight, a true highlight. Like if you're looking for that beaming highlight, this is not really it. But I feel like if you're looking for a natural type of highlight, these are perfect. And I feel like the bronzers are the perfect for contouring your face and also for bronzing up your face. So this is a perfect palette for me. I think so. And it's a very affordable price. I think this is only like $6. So that's very affordable and very good. So I think if you guys tried this out, I think you would not be disappointed. The next thing from e.l.f. is the e.l.f. blushes. I have a couple of the e.l.f. blushes here. I have the shade Candid Coral. Let me open them up as I tell you so it's not like, oh, what? So here is Candid Coral. Candid Coral is like a peachy color. Of course, it's a coral color. Then I have, what is this one here? This one is Blushing Rose. So this is a really pretty color also. And then we have, what do we have here? We have Mellow Mauve. So this one's Mellow Mauve, which to me, that's not really a mauve color. It looks more of like a peachy color. I don't really think it's a mauve, but they're all so pretty and they look really good on the skin. I think that they just look really nice. They're nice and pigmented. Now mine are getting a bit old, so I probably am going to have to replace mine because mine are a little bit more powdery than they should be. But technically when you first get these are not powdery. They're just excellent quality. I really do love the way that these look on the skin. I think they look nice and they last a good amount of time. They don't last completely great for me because I do have skin that tends to eat blush up for some reason and I don't know why. But if you are someone who has that issue too, I think that the great thing you can do is use a cream blush first and then put your regular blush, your powder blush on top of it. And that seems to help a lot. So that's a little trick. The next thing from e.l.f. is the e.l.f. Tone Correcting Palette. So this one here is the one that is all different colors. You've got your blue, your green, your pink, and your yellow in here. So this one here, if you use this as like a setting powder, it does help to tone correct. Now you can stick to each spot if you want to, or you can kind of go all over. I typically go all over, and it does have a little bit of a white cast to it. Nothing that's dramatic though. When you put it on your skin, it does it blends out really well. I think it sets your makeup really nicely. My friend on here on YouTube, Liv at Liv Loves Her Makeup, she's the one who kept talking about it for the longest time. And then I was like, I'm just gonna get it and try it. And I think she was totally right. This is an awesome setting powder. I feel like it's really good. Like I said, you can try to stick to certain tones. If you're trying to help with discoloration, you can use those certain tones, or you can just do all over. It's your choice. So that is another excellent product from e.l.f. So those are the products from e.l.f. So now the next brand I want to talk about is Wet n Wild. So Wet n Wild has recently come out with their new liquid catsuit type of products, and I absolutely love this. I think this is amazing. I did not know these would be as good as they are. They smell a little bit off-putting, but I mean, there's nothing that's dramatic, honestly. The wand to it itself, let me see if I can show you the wand. The wand is like shaped really strange. It's almost like a cup. But it fits your lips really well. So if you're using this, it will go into your lips really nicely. It's very good. It's long wearing. You put this on and it's going to stay on for a while. This shade right here is actually Rebel Rose. Let me give you a little swatch of Rebel Rose. Rebel Rose is my favorite shade. I just think it's beautiful. There is Rebel Rose. I think it's a very beautiful shade. And like I said, it's very long lasting. When you first put it on your lips, it is a little bit sticky, just a tad. But let it dry down just a minute and then all of a sudden it's stuck to your lips and it doesn't help. It does not like accentuate dry lines or fine lines on your lip or anything like that. I just think it looks very beautiful on the lips. I think it's a very good product and it's very affordable. I think these are like $4.99, I'm pretty sure. And then right now I think most places have that little coupon that you can get $1 off, which is awesome. So if you are interested in getting any of those, I would definitely check them out. They're really good. Now the next thing from Wet n Wild is the Wet n Wild loose pigments. I love these loose pigments. If you're someone who's never played with loose pigments before, this is the best way to do it. These were limited edition, so I'm not exactly sure if you can still find these or not, but if you did happen to grab these, or if you can still find these, I would highly recommend them. They're very good. Like For me, the only thing that scares me about loose pigments is because like it's a loose pigment, so you can make a huge mess with them. But they were really smart about it and put a little cap onto them so you can close them up nice and neatly. And then you can just dump a little bit out into your cap here. And then we'll do a little swatch here. This one here, what is the shade? This shade to this one is Kung Fu Lightning. So this is Kung Fu Lightning, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful shade. As you can tell, it's got a nice light of, it's like just something that'll draw light to your eyes. So if you're looking for like almost like a highlight for the center of your eye, it's going to be perfect. Love the way it looks. They have different shades. That was Kung Fu Lightning. And then they have the shade Right On My Copper. So here's Right On My Copper. They all look a little bit similar, but they're different when you put them on. This one is Dom and Cherry on Top. So here's Dom and Cherry on Top. So like I said, they look a little bit similar, but once you put on your eyelids, you can see a difference. The next one is Heart of Gold. So this one is Heart of Gold. I really love these. I think they're very pigmented. I think they last really well. I wish they would come out with more different colors. I would be very happy to see them come out with this like some brighter colors, because these are all in like the goldish type family. So if you're wanting, I wouldn't get all 4 of them. I don't think you're really going to need all 4, but I think I would pick one out of the 4 that you definitely like and then just get that one. That one, you're going to love them, I promise. The next thing from Wet n Wild is their 8-pan palettes. I love these 2 right here. These are my favorites. This one is Petal Pusher and this one is Comfort Zone. Comfort Zone is amazing. Petal Pusher is amazing. So if you're looking for more green tones, you're going to want Comfort Zone. If you're looking for more purple tones, you're going to want Petal Pusher. Now, Comfort Zone has that unique color in it, the one that's close to the one in the new Tarte palette. And then also there's a matte color that's similar to, I think it's matte blue brown. So it's at the bottom right here, or yeah, when you're looking at it, it'd be at the bottom. But this is the color right there. It looks almost greenish. It's like like a duochrome. So here it is swatched on my hand. As you can see, it's like almost a duochrome color. You can see it looks brown, it looks green. It's just a very beautiful, unique color. I love that shade in that palette. The other shades are just as amazing. They're not all duochrome, but they are just as amazing. You get lots of greens, you get lots of browns, you get lots of like, this is like a copperish color. I just think this is an excellent palette, especially for the price. I feel like these are really, really good. They're not underrated though. I would never say that this brand is underrated, because I've heard lots of people talk about the Wet n Wild, especially this palette right here. Everybody knows this is an excellent palette, and I absolutely agree. Now the other one is Petal Pusher, and Petal Pusher, like I said, is mostly purples. It does have a little bit of deeper tones in here, and it has a little bit of a sparkle one right here. This is like a black color, but it's got a little bit of sparkle to it. Very pretty. They're all very pigmented. I love the way that these work. I love the way that they look. You don't need to use a primer on your eyelids, but I typically do, just because that's how I do with most of my makeup, unless I'm testing out. If I'm testing out a product, then I won't wear it on one eye and then wear it on the other. But typically I do, so just because it makes it look a little, makes it pop a little bit better. The next thing is L'Oreal. So these are the L'Oreal Infallibles. I'm sure you've heard a ton about these. I'm not even sure you can still buy these, to be honest with you. I don't know. I have not looked lately, but I do have quite a few shades in this. I have Endless Pearl. So here is Endless Pearl. I'm going to see if I can get a little bit closer so you can see what it looks like. These are kind of loose. When you open these, you're going to open them like this, and they have a little stopper at the top. And then the stopper is kind of pushing it down. It's kind of like they're trying to compress the powder, but it's not all the way compressed. So this one here, like I said, was Endless Love. I'll swatch all of these for you guys really fast, hopefully, if I don't make a giant mess here. So Endless Pearl, I'm sorry, not Endless Love. Let me see if I can get my hand a little bit cleaner here. I've got a huge mess already. So Endless Pearl is right there. It's more of just a nudie shade, so it'd be great for just putting down as a base. Then we have Ice Latte. Ice Latte is one that I hear a lot about, so this is a very popular one. And just make sure when you get these to make sure you keep that little stopper. That stopper is pretty important to put back in there. Don't throw that stopper away. Hold on to that. And here is Ice Latte. Ice Latte, you can see, is a little bit more sparkly, a little bit more shimmery. Very beautiful on the eyelids. It's be perfect for like to do this center pop on your eyelid, or to do the inner corner highlight. It'd be beautiful for that. The next one is Endless Sea. So Endless Sea is this beautiful blue color, like a teal blue. Love this shade. So pretty. It reminds me of a mermaid for some reason. I don't know why, but it just does. So here is Endless Sea. I guess maybe it's supposed to, because they called it Endless Sea. So there's Endless Sea. Very, very pretty. And they're super pigmented, as you can tell. I mean, one swipe and you've got a lot of pigment. The next one I have here is Gilded Envy. Gilded Envy is like almost like an army green to me. I think it's a very pretty color though. I love I love these. How many times am I going to say that? They're just so beautiful. So here is, what did I say this was? Gilded Envy. I guess Envy because it's green, and most people think of green as when they're envious. But look how pretty that is. It's so pretty. These swatches are not really that great. Sorry about how crappy of swatches I'm giving you guys, but these are just beautiful. I do recommend them. And the very last one I have is Amber Rush. Amber Rush is another one that I hear a lot about on YouTube. If you've been around on YouTube for a little while, you've probably heard this several times also. And this one is a beautiful, beautiful shade. So here is Amber. So pretty. Do you see how gorgeous these shades are? I mean, they're absolutely amazing. Highly recommend any of these that you choose. It's kind of like what colors call to you though, because they have a ton of different colors that you can choose from. I just think they're absolutely amazing. They are kind of like pressed pigments, like I said, because you have that little cap that's pressing them down, but they're not completely pressed. So just be careful. I wouldn't tip them or anything because it will all come out. So just be careful with those. The next thing I want to talk about is this little palette here from NYX. This is the NYX Color Correcting Concealer. This I feel like is an excellent underrated palette. Everybody came out with these color correctors last year and I was like, I don't know about all those because some of them looked a little bit crazy. This one is very affordable and it works really well. You've got every color in here you're going to need. You've got your green to like conceal your red, like your zits and things like that. Then you've got yellow, which is, I'm not even sure what yellow does, to be honest with you, so I don't know. I know purple is supposed to help with like dullness on your skin, so purple is supposed to help you look a little bit brighter. And then you've got two concealer colors here, and then this one I've never even touched, to be honest with you. So I think maybe you could probably use it as like a sculpting thing, but I've never touched that one, to be honest with you. But all these others I have touched, and I really do love this. I think it's very, very good. It is a thicker formula. Let me show you how thick it is. So this is the green. It almost looks like a mint green, but it does a great job of covering up red. You want to definitely put this on before you put on your foundation. Put this on to cover up your redness, and you're going to blend it out. You're not going to leave it that bold of a green. You're going to blend it out some onto your skin, but it's a very thick concealer type product. So just be careful when you put it under your eyes. I would definitely use my fingertips to warm it up and then tap it under your eyes. It works really, really good though, so highly recommend. The next thing is something from Physicians Formula. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Everybody has been talking about this thing, and for a very good reason. It smells so good. I put a picture on Instagram the other day and I said it smells like paradise, and that's honestly what it reminds me of. You open this up and oh my gosh, it just takes you to the beach. It just takes you to the Bahamas or something like that. It just smells so, so good. Love the way it smells. I love that it has like a sheer consistency that you can put it on your skin and you can never really overdo it. It just looks beautiful. Let me swatch it for you. I've lost almost all the design on mine now. Mine has hardly any design. I use this thing all the time. But you see when you put it on your skin, you can hardly even see it. I mean, even on my skin right now, I can hardly even see that color just because I feel like it blends in so well. It's not something that's very like popping. It's not a very deep dark bronzer, so I'm not sure if they're going to possibly come out with more shades of this, which I hope that they do, because I think that they need some deeper shades and I think that they need some lighter shades. It's the only thing bad about Physicians Formula is they don't have a whole lot of color range in their line, so I'm hoping they come out with some more colors because I think everybody should get their hands on these, and I think you're going to love them. Absolutely amazing. The next thing is something that I consider amazing, which I know used to be hyped up on YouTube, but it's not so much anymore. It's the E.l.f. little lip balms. I love these just because I feel like first of all, they're cute. I feel like they're very hydrating. They're not like a sticky type of balm. You put it on and you're going to feel like, oh my gosh, did I even put anything on my lips? But it really does help. I love how cute the little packaging is. That's part of why I'm drawn to them, to be honest with you. This one here is mint and it smells so good. Smells really good. You can get it in different scents and different colors, and each color I think represents like maybe what the scent is, because there's some pink ones that are like strawberry scented. I think these are really good. I know that they're kind of underrated now because they were like hyped up on YouTube and then now they're like nobody really talks about them anymore, but I still love them. I think they're amazing. The next thing is from Maybelline. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. Love this product. I think it's absolutely amazing. If you're looking, this one is for, what's the color of it? Maybe it doesn't tell me. This is the brightening one. So this one is going to have a lot of pink into it, almost like a peachy pink. But as you can see, it is very, very pigmented. I barely swiped it. I'll show you again. Look, I mean, you can barely swipe it and it's got a ton of pigment into it. A lot of people don't like the sponge onto it, but honestly, it doesn't bother me. I'm not putting it on my mouth or anything. It's going under my eyes. So for me, it's fine. I don't have any problem with it. If you don't like the sponge can be removed. So if that bothers you, can take the sponge off and it still works just as good. The next thing is some brushes, and I highly recommend checking out the Real Techniques brushes. I think they have an excellent line of brushes. I think they're very affordable. If you wait for Ulta to have a sale, usually they have buy two get one free or buy one get one free or whatever. They have all kinds of sales going on for the brushes, and I absolutely think these are amazing. This is one of my favorite brushes that I use for blush. I love this brush. This one I use for setting powder all over my face, and this one is a really good for if you want to contour a little bit but you don't want that sharp contour. This is really good for helping to give you more of a blended out contour. It's really, really good. What is this one called? This is called a sculpting brush. This one is called the powder brush. I guess I'm using them for what they're supposed to be for. And this one is called the blush brush. So yeah, I used them what I guess they were supposed to be for. But you don't have to use brushes for what they're intended for. You use brushes however you choose to. The next thing is from Ulta. So this is the Ulta sponge. I love these sponges. I talked about them in my Friday favorites recently. Love the way that these feel. They're very, very, very soft. And when I say very, I can't emphasize how many times very I mean. You get these wet and they are so, so soft. You put them on your skin and they just feel like you're putting pillows on your skin. They're just super, super soft. I don't think that they're a dupe for the Beauty Blender, but I think they're a little bit better. So if that makes sense, I think the Beauty Blender is amazing, don't get me wrong, but I feel like these are just so much softer and so much more pliable. I feel like when I use these, I don't know. There's just something about these when you use these on your skin. They just feel so good. The next thing is makeup remover. So this is the Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water. I use the blue cap. They have a pink one too, which I do have right here. I have the pink one and I have the blue one. I don't really like the pink one just because I feel like it doesn't work good for me with my dry skin. But if you do not have dry skin, I recommend the pink one. If you have dry skin, I recommend the blue one because the blue one, as you can tell, does have a little bit of like an oil. It looks like an oil in there, but they don't say there's an oil in here whatsoever. Not that I can tell anyway. But you do need to shake this up when you use it. Once you've shaken it up like a martini, then it does blend together, and then you can use this to clean your skin. And the oil kind of helps to hydrate your skin. I love that it's very hydrating. I love how good it does, how good of a job it does to clean my skin. Highly recommend this. And the next thing is another cleanser. This is the Simple Micellar Cleansing Water. I feel like this is a really good, another good micellar cleansing water. This one, I have 2 bottles right now of this too. I'm guilty for buying backups of like cleansers and things like that just because I feel like, oh gosh, do I have that? And then I'll buy it and then I realize when I get home, I'm like, oh, you already have one of those. But you can tell when somebody actually loves something if they have backups of them, because I have backups of that. So absolutely love this. This is a very, I don't know, this one I just feel like it's more gentle on the skin. If you're looking for something that's very gentle on the skin, I feel like this is going to be your one that you're going to want to go to. Absolutely love this. I love both of them, to be honest with you. I love both products. And then the very last thing I want to talk about, which actually I was meaning to get my Wet n Wild, the new foundation that they've come out with, but I forgot to grab that. So just know that that is an absolute favorite from the drugstore. I think that if you have dry skin, I think your skin's going to love it. I think if you have combination skin, I think your skin's going to love it. I think you have normal skin, your skin's going to love it. So definitely check out the new Wet n Wild foundation. Maybe I'll try to insert a picture right here so you can see what Wet n Wild foundation I'm talking about. It's called the Photo Focus, I think. Absolutely love that. I've done a couple videos talking about that recently. I didn't do a complete video just on it, which I need to. I need to do like a wear test to show you guys up close how it looks on my skin and how it wears throughout the day, because I think it's absolutely amazing. But the last thing I want to talk about is these little palettes right here. These are something that at first people were like giving them bad reviews, and I was like, why are you giving these things bad reviews? They're really good. I don't understand what's so bad about them. This is the L'Oreal La Palette Nude 2, so this is like the purple tones, and this is the La Palette Nude 1, so this is more of the brownie shades. I love this palette. I think it's really, really good. I think it's almost now to a point though where people are getting it and they're realizing it is good product, good quality. I think at first it was just being compared to so many other things. And I think you have to sometimes give makeup its own entity. You can't compare it to other things unless you're trying to see if it's a dupe, which I wasn't trying to see if it's a dupe, but here's some swatches of this palette right here. I think it's absolutely amazing. It looks really good on the eyes. I think it wears really well. I think it blends really well. I just think it's a really good palette. Either one of those, the Nude 1 or Nude 2, whatever one calls to you, or if you like both, get both. I really love both of those palettes. So those are some recommendations that I feel like if you get from the drugstore that you're going to be completely happy with them. I don't think it, like money back guarantee type of thing. I think you're going to be completely happy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'd love to hear what are some of the best things that you found at the drugstore. What are the highest products that you found that you're like, yes, you know, these are the best of the best of the best. Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.